Hello, parents. Today we're going to be talking about silent reflux. If you know what this is, then you know this is anything but silent. Usually baby is crying, fussy, arching their back, uncomfortable. Typically you've been to the pediatrician, they tell you to wait and see, or it's nothing. You know it is something, definitely in your heart of heart and your parent gut. And so today we're going to again be talking about the causes and how to naturally help silent reflux. So let's real quick talk about what it is. And so we know the classical reflux is when baby is uncomfortable, the gastric motility and everything isn't matured yet. And so it's coming back up the esophagus. Classic reflux is when you visibly see the spit up. Silent reflux is you don't see it. So it's still traveling into the esophagus, causing massive discomfort, but you don't see it. And so that's why it can be confusing because you don't think it's spit up, you don't think it's reflux. Same with the pediatrician and other people checking. And so it just looks like discomfort when really it's those stomach acids irritating and causing a lot of discomfort in baby's esophagus. And so again, that can go undetected for weeks to months. And some of the signs that you're going to want to look for are a chronic cough, hiccups, wet sounding burps, hoarseness. Again, that classic back arching really identifies gastric issues. And then definitely difficulty feeding and sleeping. Okay, so why is this happening? It breaks down to the digestive system and the nervous system not being mature yet. So especially in newborns, we have a lot of systems that aren't fully matured. And so we are going to, especially if there's disruption in the nervous system, if there's disruption in the gastric and motility and vagus nerve, then there's going to be dysfunction. And in this case with silent reflux, we're seeing reflux go into that esophagus. And so one of the key players that we're going to be talking about is that vagus nerve, okay? So the vagus nerve being in charge of regulating digestion, okay? It's a massively important nerve, swallowing, gastric emptying. It's in charge of the parasympathetic nervous system, sensory. It is a very, very important nerve that comes out of the top of the cervical spine. It's called the wandering nerve. We dive into it a lot deeper in other videos, but for this video, it's massively important for, again, digestion and regulation. It's one of the things that we check through chiropractic too that really helps regulate, again, the nervous system and that digestive system. And so that vagus nerve and that, again, these systems can be dysregulated because of birth stress. It can also be because of subluxation, so interference in the nervous system. And again, that causes delayed digestion and reflux-like symptoms, okay? So I want to talk about a research article for you. So it found that gastroesophageal reflex, GERD, is strongly tied to delayed gastric emptying and gastroesophageal dysmobility. So both functions regulated by the vagus nerve. How do you help the vagus nerve? That's the next question. Okay, so this vagus nerve is the thing that is possibly the cause, the origin for why this gastric emptying is not taking place and being coordinated as it should. How do we fix that? Well, I'm glad you asked. So, how chiropractic can help. So, safe, gentle adjustments specifically to the upper cervical spine and any other areas that really control that parasympathetic nervous system. That is massively potent for getting that nervous system back online so the body can function like it should. That's really what it boils down to. I like to say, and we've all heard this before, when the tide rises, all ships. The tide in this situation is the nervous system. And when that rises, the ships being gastric emptying and the different systems that the nervous system controls, the vagus nerve, the digestive system, the immune system. And when we get that nervous system powerful and actually functioning like it should, we see so much relief with these tiny little babies that have so much going on. And when we release that nerve tension, they're able to function better, and they let us know immediately because they have so much little stress built up than us adults that it's way easier to get those immediate results. It's such a fun, amazing thing to see. And you know who else appreciates it? We know the babies appreciate it, but we know the adults appreciate it too. Mama and dad, are you guys? Because you're now able to sleep through the night better, in that worry that you just know there's something wrong, but we can't identify it, or we don't want to just mask a symptom, but we want to get to the root cause. That is so satisfying, knowing that you're actually getting to that root cause and allowing the nervous system to function better, in which case that nervous system is in charge of growth and development and maturity and making sure those milestones are hit. And so when we tap into that nervous system and that autonomic nervous system, that's a big deal, guys. And that's why we get results and why we love what we do. One more piece of research that I want to talk about. This was in 2021, a case series published in the Journal of Clinical Chiropractic and Pediatrics highlighted improvements in reflux and feeding challenges in infants receiving chiropractic adjustments focused on the upper cervical spine. So just like we mentioned a second ago, where if we allow that nervous system to function better, that's the tide, it rises all ships. We're not necessarily saying this is reflux and we're going to treat reflux. It's saying we're going to allow that nervous system to function better. When that thing does better, then the body functions better. And this research shows that that reflux did better too with children. If your baby is going through any of these symptoms that we talked about today, struggling with feeding, burping, irritability, this could be one of the problems. And the easiest, most root cause solution is to get that nervous system checked by a neurologically based pediatric chiropractor. We have amazing tools in our office that allow us to see how that nervous system's actually functioning, with graphs and printouts to show us if there's stress built up in there. And then after we get those adjustments in there, it's so satisfying and amazing to see how that nervous system changes. And obviously, baby's sleeping through the night, we're doing better. But the nerdy part of my brain loves to see those charts and those things change too. So this could be a huge game changer for you and your family and your kiddo. So give us a call if you have any questions. Get on the schedule. We'd love to help in any which way we can, guys. Have a great day. Bye.